Hey guys, we are back with some more New Jersey Devils franchise mode, and we are at the start of year number 9. This GM mode is flying by, boys. 2 years left to win the cup, and if there's any year to get it done, it's this year, boys. Our team is starting to decline because take a look here. I mean, Patrick and Balcers, they're doing all right. They're starting to enter their prime now, but Taylor Hall, he's starting to drop off. He's got that top 6 potential now as a 32-year-old. And Claude Giroux's now got that top 9, 36 years old. Adam Henrique's 34, top 9. Cody Eakin, 33, top 9. So we're starting to decline here. Pietrangelo, top 4 potential, 34 years old. TJ Brody, 34, top 6. So, yeah, this is the year to get it done, boys. We're not going to be as good next year. There's no way that we're as good next year as we are this year or as we were last year. So this is definitely the year to get it done. All right, so as we get into scouting here, I mean, not that it really matters too much at this point because, you know, 2 years left. So, yeah, we'll just go to Canada as usual. Forwards for 6 weeks. Doesn't really matter, as I mentioned. So, we just got to focus on winning that Stanley Cup this year and hope that none of our players drop off, because that would be really bad. That would be really, really bad. So let's go up to start of preseason, and let's see what we have here. Shouldn't be too much to worry about at the moment, unless someone's dropping off already, which I wouldn't expect. But let's simulate the preseason here. All right, so we went 4-2-1 in the preseason. Pretty good. We'll check out the preseason stats here really quick. We were tied for second in our division for the preseason. Taylor Hall had 7 points, rather. So did Balcers. But then everyone else sort of not getting it done there. Hopefully we're a bit more of a defensive team this year, that means. With, of course, Hall and Balcers producing. And let's see. Yeah, Prop getting it done as usual in the preseason. But we have still yet to answer that big question mark for him, which is the playoffs. And we're in year number 9, man. We drafted Christian Prop, what, year 1? And he's still yet to prove himself in the playoffs. So this is the year. This is the year, boys, to get it done. I don't see it. I mean, it's still possible next year, but it's not going to be as likely with the team that we're going to probably have next year. So let's go, boys, into the regular season of year number 9. Let's go. Let's have a strong start. There you go. Talk about a strong start. 7-2 win against the Lightning. And a shootout loss against the Arizona Coyotes. So we got a point out of that Western Conference team. All right, so a 1-0 shutout loss to the Bruins and a 2-1 victory against the Predators. So we seem to be a bit more of a defensive team this year besides that one game against the Lightning. So we will send the scout back out real quick and finish off the month. Okay, so we had 2-1 win against the Preds, and then 5-4 overtime win against the Flames, 4-3 shootout win against the Avs and the Lightning, and then a 3-1 win against the Panthers. So we are 6-1-1, and the congestion is strong today, boys. So that would explain all the jump cuts, but we are 3rd in our division, 13 points. Let's check out the start of the season stats. Balcer's doing what he does best, putting up those points. 8 assists. Nolan Patrick getting those assists as well. 7 points in 8 games for him. Elias Lindholm with 7 points. Okay. Pietrangelo with 6. Hall with 6. Valeno with 5. Dahlin with 5. Dahlin with 5. Whoa. Must be off of, must be that shot power right there. And his wrist shot accuracy is actually getting up there, too. His puck control is 95. As well as Giroux with 4 goals. DeBrusque only with 3 points so far, so hopefully he gets going. Morrissey with 3. Henrique with 3. Eakin with 3. Mersch with 3. Morin with 2. Brody only with 1. Okay, that's a bit concerning. And he's on the power play, too. First-line power play. So, again, that's a bit concerning. Might have to get him going. And then Lazar, Juleson, Andreoff, only one without a point. And then, let's see, goaltenders, Prop and Blackwood. They're on fire. Both of them. Both of them are on fire. Blackwood, only 2 games so far, but save percentage of .954, and prop .921. No shoutouts yet, but cannot complain. They're both doing really well to start the season. No reason to check the team stats a little bit early for that. So let's just keep going, because I mean we're 6-1-1. No reason to change anything up. We'll go another month, and we'll see where we are from there. Another game against Tampa very early in the season. I believe that's like 3 out of 4 games against Tampa, right? And let's see what that is. A 4-3 loss. But then coming right back with a win against Carolina and a back-to-back home and home. Both 4-1 wins for us. And then a back-to-back home and home against the Sabres as well. And a shootout loss and a 5-0 victory. There you go. We're getting those points, boys. Cannot complain. We're tearing it up right now. 4-1 victory against the Wild. And overtime loss against the Coyotes. So we get a point out of that. Western Conference team cannot complain. And 3-0 loss against the Sharks. Not a problem. We're still 11-3-3. We are tearing it up at the moment. 4-2 win against the Maple Leafs. And I missed that 1-0 shutout win against the Canucks. Shootout win against the Red Wings. 2-0 loss against the Penguins. Would prefer not to lose against the division rivals, especially if we want that President's Trophy. But you know what? The past 2 times that we won the President's Trophy, we haven't made it past the first round. So maybe it'll be good if we don't win the President's Trophy this year, boys. Just saying. Last game of November. And it is, come on now, December 1st. What do we have? I didn't see that. It was a win. 7-3. Very nice. So, don't think we need to change anything around, obviously. 15-5-3. That's pretty good. Wow. Pittsburgh Penguins and the Flyers are up there with us in the President's Trophy race. Rudolfs Balcer with 27 points, and it appears Nolan Patrick has decided to take it up a notch this year. 24 points in 23 games, 17 assists with 7 goals. That's very good for him. Taylor Hall with 22, so that whole first line just tearing it up. Good job, boys. Keep it going. Elias Lindholm with 17 points. There you go. On the third line, Joe Veleno with 14 assists, 16 points. Giroux with 10 goals. DeBrusque with 14 points. He is even in goals and assists, so he's getting the points. I don't care how he gets them. And Pietrangelo with 12. Is he dropping off yet? Not yet. All right, that's good. Adam Henrique with 9. Lazar with 8. Mershon Dahlin with 7. Eakin Morrissey with 6. Brody only with 3. So that offensive defenseman on that top 3 doesn't appear to be doing too well. So that might have something to do with Morin, because take a look at his puck skills. Yeah, that might have something to do with Morin. The fact that our offensive defensemen aren't producing on that top 6 pair. So that might be something to think about in the future if we ever start dropping off. Juleson with a goal, and then Andreoff still the only guy without a point. That is fine with me, though, as we are winning games. So Prop with an assist and 2 shutouts. And yeah, there you go, boys. Both goaltenders doing, trying their hardest to keep our team at the top of the league. At a very respectable position. Mackenzie Blackwood, 947 save percentage and prop 934. Goals against average of 198 for prop, and then for Blackwood 157. 4 wins for Blackwood, 11 for prop. So, boys, there's really nothing to change. We could just keep going here. We are dominating. We'll check the team stats, though, just to see what we can improve on in the future if we need to improve anything. So goals for per game, that's fine. 3.09, and then goals against per game. 1.91, boys. That is the beauty of having 2 stud goaltenders. And yeah, I'm saying it. Mackenzie Blackwood is a stud for an 84 overall to goaltender. Power play could be a little better, 18.2, but I would like it to be somewhere around Columbus. But again, as long as we're winning games, I'm not touching it. Penalty kill, we're up there, 84%. All right, that's good. And then obviously last 10, 6-3-1. Home, we are 8-0-1. So we are We appear to be on a tear at home over the first couple of months. Although, if I'm being honest, that was the story for the real-life New Jersey Devils this past year. And because they started out like, what, 9-0 at home, and then they just absolutely dropped the ball. But this is not about the real-life New Jersey Devils. This is about the year 9 New Jersey Devils. So, amateur scout. We'll go to the queue. Yeah, there we go. And game against Anaheim coming up here. They're not that great. There we go, 4-2 win. And again, I'm not going to say anything because that's worked so far. So I'm not going to give any analysis on I'm not going to give any pre-game analysis. We're just going to go with what happens because, as y'all know, that's just the thing that happens on this channel. Whenever I commentate, give my predictions on what's going to happen, the opposite just ends up happening anyway. So I'm not going to say anything. So a little bit of not a rough patch, but a little bit of inconsistency right here. We had a 4-3 overtime loss against Montreal, 6-3 win against Winnipeg, a 5-2 loss against the New York Rangers, 2-1 shootout win, 3-2 loss, 7-3 win, 5-3 loss, 3-2 overtime win, 3-2 shootout win, 3-0 loss, so, and then a 2-0 win. So we're a bit all over the place right now, but we're getting more wins than losses, which, you know, that's a good thing. And as you can see right there, a 7-2 loss and then a 4-2 loss, yeah, or 4-2 win rather. Pardon me. We're all over the place. But hey, I mean, we're 24-10-4, so again, not too much to complain about. We're still at the top of our division, although it's looking pretty competitive back there for the wild card spot. Balcers, 42 points in 38 games. I love this guy. He's a beast. Nolan Patrick, he has kept up that pace that he started the season out on. 35 goals, or 35 points rather. 35 goals, geez, in 38 games. And then Taylor Hall, no slouch either. 34 points in 38 games. That's good for him. And Joe Veleno, 29 in 38. That's good second line numbers for him. Giroux with 25. DeBrusk still even with the goals and assists. 24 points for him. That's good. Lindholm with 23. He's getting it done as well. Pietrangelo with 19. Henrique with 15. Mersch 13. Lazar 12. Morrissey and Eakin with 11. Brody with 8. Dahlin with 8. Andreoff with 5. Morin with 3. Juleson with 2. So let's check plus minus actually as well. I think most of our players are plus. Yeah, Patrick plus 19. Who's the lowest? Andreoff minus 6. Okay. So that fourth line might be something to look at in the future. But again, we're winning games for the most part. So unless that drops below like a minus 10, minus 15, then there's really nothing to worry about. Not too much anyway. So Blackwood and Prop. I mean, yeah, they're just... what can I say about Blackwood and Prop, boys? That's why I didn't trade Blackwood. They are both... we have, I'm going to say it, we have the best goaltending tandem in the NHL right now. So... again, boys, this is the year to win it. This really is the year to win it. I don't know what I'm going to do here. We're about 18 minutes in on the recording. I know it's going to be shorter than that because the amount of jump cuts that I've had to do, but should we keep going? Should we keep going? I mean, we're on a roll for the most part. Yeah, I'll go up to, I guess, the All-Star break. Or if we start losing, then I'll stop before them. But I don't think we're going to start losing randomly here. Although I won't say that too many times because, again, the reverse thing could happen. So, Toronto, 4-3 overtime win and shootout win right there. So, a lot of games going to extras in this year so far. 3-0 win against Florida, and then against LA we have a 6-3 win. There you go. Yeah, we're winning games, boys. We are winning games. Edmonton 4-2 win. There you go. The scout, yep, we'll send him out to America, 6 weeks. Anaheim, that is our first loss of January, 2-1, so it wasn't that bad. There you go, 2-1 win against, or a 2-0 win, pardon me, against the Nashville Predators. And shootout win against the Canadiens, and a 3-0 loss against the Flyers. But do we come back here against the Sharks? We're not that great, and of course we don't. As I say it, 5-1 loss against them, and then a 2-1 win against the Capitals. So again, not too much to complain about here. 32-13-4 heading into the All-Star game, which, as you all know, we can't play because, you know, EA. But trade here, no, I don't need that. I don't need that. We're rolling at the moment. Besides those random shutout losses that we get, that's a bit concerning, but there you go. There is a 2-1 win against the Oilers. So I will stop it here in terms of the simulation, but we are first in our division. So let me know if there's any changes we should make, like to the fourth line, especially because I saw Andreoff was down there -6 while his line mates were only -1. Balcer's with 52 points, Patrick with 45, Hall with 43. So we're getting that scoring from that first line this year. That's good. That whole first line, not just Balcer's and Hall. It's Patrick as well. And then Veleno with 35, Giroux with 31, DeBrusque with 29, Lindholm with 27, Pietrangelo with 24, Henrique with 19, Lazar 17, Mersch with 16, Eakin with 16 as well. And what's good about this, he's a plus. Lazar and Eakin are both plus now, so that's a good sign for Andreoff at the moment. Morrissey with 13, Brody with 11, Dahlin with 10, Andreoff, he's only a -1 now, so good. He's been playing a lot better. He's been playing a lot better as of recent. Juleson with 6 and Morin with 4. So, yeah. So one thing to take into consideration, boys, is that not only Vatanen was underproducing, but Brody seems to be underproducing for his skill level, playing alongside of Morin. So maybe Morin is the problem on that top 6 pair, but the thing is, like, he's a solid defensive defenseman, boys. Only thing I don't really like about him is his penalty minutes in terms of his stats. But, I mean, like, his attributes, there's a lot I don't like about him. His puck skills, his senses, his shot accuracy. But everything else is, like, really good, though. So, I mean, his defensive awareness could be a bit better. But other than that, he's a great defensive defenseman. And he's good for his price, too. I just don't like his puck skills or his senses or his shot accuracy or his penalty minutes. So that could be something to take into consideration going into the trade deadline. And as well as we need to get, if we want to get Brody going, then, you know, that could be something to take into consideration there. So maybe move him with Morrissey and then put Juleson on the top 6. I don't know. That could be something we do to try to get him going. And then just have Morin and Juleson shut it down. Yeah, that could be a line change we make. And obviously Prop and Blackwood still getting it done. I mean, as I said, I don't think we need to make any trades, but there could be a couple line changes we do, especially on the defensive core with Sam Morin seemingly holding back our offensive defenseman, because if you remember that Vatanen wasn't scoring too much either, and it seemed like he should have been getting a little bit more. Same thing with Brody. So let's actually check Brody's history. What's his full career stats looking like? Yeah, he should be getting a lot more. He should definitely be getting a lot more. His his point total just 2 years ago was 39, so he's definitely capable of getting more. And his career high, I believe, yeah, 51 in 2018. So, I mean, I don't know what to do about that. Again, we could try moving Brody up to the second pair with Morrissey, but at the same time, we are winning games, so I don't know what to do about that. I mean, you know what? That might be a line change we make in the playoffs if we ever dry up, scoring-wise, but it's just it's something to think about going into the trade deadline. So I'll stop it right there, and In the next one, we will continue this year number 9 simulation, and hopefully we can get it done this year. See you guys in the next one.